So I'm going to show you this roof with kind of like the top all filled in, but anyway, that's how you complete the front of this roof, and the sides is just stairs to kind of give you that center peak. So there's one step and there's another step. Over here, similar thing. It's not quite as steep, and then we're kind of just repeating ourselves. This one because it's 3, and this side has the 2 there. I'm just putting 2 stacked up bricks on there, and then I've got like this other little peak. The actual house, it had like a tower, and then these are just like 3 little peaks coming out of the tower. I think there was one over, well, maybe there's just the two coming over, because each one of these were round little turret type things, and then this had some smaller little peak stuff in it, and I think there was one here, and it just, I don't know, and then this would be the peak of that round kind of turret. And for this room, I just sort of kept the semi roundish look going to it, and I added these extra little steps here just to kind of feather this roof out more. I couldn't really see what was going on in the back of the house that well. I didn't have any good pictures, so I kind of just made it as best I could. And I wanted a little bit of overhang with this kind of detailing out here, just because I thought it would look nice. And so this roof, I like how that turned out with the kind of steeper peak. Probably could have flared it out a little more down here at the bottom, but I think it kind of fits, this style over here. And then you've got like the little awnings and everything like that going on. So it turned out pretty good. And then I just filled in everything. I just basically went into the top floor, looked up at the ceiling, and just started filling it in, because um, I didn't want it to where, let's just go in here real quick, if I can get this thing to stop flying. But I didn't want the ceiling to be super high in here, and I had enough room where I could have squeezed in another floor, but it just felt like it would have been really crowded, and then I didn't know what I was going to do in there, so it'd have to be pretty much just all attic space. I mean, I could put like a bunch of bedrooms in this house, but I think it has enough. I mean, I even have the one bedroom that I don't even know what to do with yet, but it's such a large room that I thought, yeah, maybe we'll just make it like a game room or something, or just another like parlor type thing. But so that's how you get up to this portion of the roof done. I also forgot there's this little tower right here too that it's kind of really small round tower in the real one, and so I kind of just, it's not really symmetrical. I get it's symmetrical, but it's not like, I guess you'd say asymmetrical, where you have the singles on either side here and the singles on either side there. But it turned out pretty good, considering when you put the roof on it, it doesn't look too bad. But I had to really just go to town putting the wall pieces in here and kind of filling it in. And the interior space is sort of stupid because it's hardly usable. So you could put like a chair in it like I did, or you could add like a table or something. Just like a little work area. I don't know. But yeah, that's that. So here's the top deck all finished. You've got all the wool here for the tower coming up, and then I just built this like extra little rim around here, which we'll put some fence on, and it'll kind of give you like a little deck appearance. To do this house right, you'd really have to make it much, much bigger. So like each one of these, I believe in the real house was like a little balcony that they could walk out on. And then the windows were openable floor to ceiling windows. So they're kind of like French doors, I suppose. And then as far as this roof here, you just kind of start with a 3x3 block underneath here, and then on each center block you put a step, and then I put these little fences in here in the corner just to sort of help smooth it out a little bit. They're really not necessary, I just think it gives it a little bit smoother transition. And then you go up 2 more stone steps. You've got a stone, or not steps, but nether bricks. So I got a brick here, brick here, brick here, brick here, and then one in the center. It's just like a plus, and then you got the stair on each, and then 2 stacked up, and then just another fence post with a torch on top. And that's how you get this level pretty much done. And again, chimneys just coming up through. And that's pretty much it for that. And here's the tower portion complete, and we have the fences around the deck here. And the little chimney, I like putting the little half step block on the top just because it kind of gives it like a little trim look to it. It's just really nice. And the door, if you have trouble getting these doors, you just, break these blocks out and then put the doors in. I went for wood right here just because I felt it looked more symmetrical being the same wood color. You could do a double door, but with these weird stairs, it's kind of just like a door to nowhere, so it's just really not worth it. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this. So, there you go. Okay, now we're to the top peak here. It's not as easy to build because it's like not centered. Let me explain. So this one here, how you had the one single block in the top, it just makes it easy to make this nice sharp point going to the tip here. And when you have a larger building like this one here, you just kind of, a more even, I guess I should say it's even. So you have a 4x4 tower rather than like a 5x5 or a 3x3. So you have to make do with the top, and they don't really have any good bricks to fix this. But so how I did it was I just kind of followed the building shape, so it's still 4x4, and I decided I wanted this slope to go a lot steeper than like a 45-degree angle. So similar to that one and the rest of the roof. So um, I did 2 levels of solid block, and then just in the middle of these, I did the 2 nether brick stairs. And if they had, I don't think you really want more out here because it just looks more round, I think, this way, which is what I was going for. Um, I suppose you could put one on either side if you wanted to look more square. Um, it really doesn't matter, but I think for this one, because it's supposed to be a round roof, I went with that type of thing. But if you wanted it to be just a square roof, which would be completely fine as well, then you just do that as well. And it's too bad they don't have a half step block. You just drop it right in there, and that would just help a lot. But anyway, so it's 2 layers, and then the stairs, and then I have 3 layers, so it's 2 layers plus the one behind the steps. And then I use these fence posts at the top because it just kind of, when you look at it from a distance, it gives you just a little more of a pinch to the top of it. And then I got my little torches up here to keep the mobs away. So that's pretty much it for this, and I hope you enjoyed things, and it was a lot of fun for me trying to do each step backwards. So what you're seeing now is the end of the film, but for me this was the part 2 of the film. So if you heard something weird where I'm going through and explaining something and you've already seen me use it a number of times, and I say like, oh yeah, I used nether brick stairs here, but you're like, well, now you tell me, thanks. That's why, because I did everything in reverse. So I apologize in advance for that. But like I said, without having to build this thing from scratch and just running back and forth between another model or whatever, I'm gonna have a hard time recreating it because it's so big for one. I'll try to do some other tutorials like houses that are smaller, like maybe 2 or 3 story houses that are much smaller than this one. So and I'll just kind of build as I go and show you everything about it. I may do that on one other house that I have already built. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.